Boom. What is going on? Welcome to the live stream. I am Tommy of Foot Pigeons. This is the daily demo beat making stream. So the goal for today is we're going to open up Splice using their stack tool, pop it into Logic once we feel good about the stems, and take it from there and essentially produce, mix, master, add some vocal elements, and hopefully have a little bit of fun along the way. So without further ado, what I'm going to start with is Splice, and we'll see what we can do from there. So what you have here on the screen is the Splice Stacks feature on the left side and Logic on the right side. So I'm going to jam on some elements in Splice, and I'm going to convert it over into Logic and then build it out from there. So before we get started, feel free, please like, comment, subscribe, and if you want to stay up to date when we do these, please go ahead and hit the bell, and that'll let you know whenever we go live in the future. So appreciate you guys being here, and without further ado, we're going to go ahead and start with a sample. So let's go ahead and keep it in trap for now. You'll see here that they offer a number of different starting points or genres that we can go with. So let's go ahead and start with trap, see what it spits out at us. Weird. Nope. It's kind of an interesting sample here. Might want to bring it down an octave. 143 is a strange BPM. Maybe we can half speed this thing a little bit. Just want to find a simple half-speed drums that we can work with. Simple enough. Okay, let's build that out. Trying to add some additional percussion elements. I might just use those first couple hi-hats as the simple hi-hat engine. Okay, let's see if we could build out on the musical side, maybe some keys. I might want to use this but simplify it. Boom, 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 boom. Yeah, maybe I could do that. Brass and winds. Again, maybe I could simplify these. Ba, ba, ba. I like that bounce. Vocals. Okay, see if we could do something with this. Call it riser. Okay, so we're at 125 A sharp minor. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring Logic back in and maybe just riff, see if we can get a concept going. Bring in Antares Auto-Tune. A sharp minor. For those of you who don't know, A sharp minor is also B flat minor. Okay, let's simplify it. Could use some bass. Let's add some bass. Let's add some bass in this. I'm facing this. I'm patient this. I'm patient. I'm patient. I'm patient. But still aggressive. But still just get it. You cannot hit it. You know not see me. And then I see you right back now. See you right back now. I'm in my spaceship. I'm in my fake bed. You cannot fake it. No, you, no, no, you, no, no, you, no, no, you cannot fake the fall. I've tried too many times, tried too many, I've tried too many, tried too many, tried too many times, tried too many nights, tried too many nights, tried too many nights, tried too many nights, tried too many nights. What is that? Okay, let's see what we can do with that. Let's go ahead and export that into Logic. Double time, okay. Stems. Bring those in, and we're just gonna start working on the beat a little bit, maybe continue to riff on vocals. If we could find something to demo off of for the vocals, that'll be great, but not gonna rush it. Gonna see whatever part of the process calls our name first. So I'm dragging in the samples that we just took from Splice. Gonna turn them down. They usually come in here a little spicy. So now I'm gonna get rid of Splice. Let's get this big time on the screen, and let's see what we're working with. I already adjusted the tempo. Here we go. Okay, so what I usually like to do is I like to start with the drums and simplify them and parse out the individual elements within them so that I can have more control over mixing them. Also, with a lot of these music elements, I am absolutely not planning on using them as is. I'm planning on doing something with each of them. So usually when I'm in Kosa or I'm in Splice and I'm looking through the samples, I have that in mind, or I'm already having a vision of how I'm going to adjust it when I get into the session. So, but let's start with some of the drum elements. So I can already tell I don't like that crash that happens at the top. So I want to get rid of that. So I might even start it right here. Let's see. No harm in having a really simple underbelly for the drums. So I'm going to see how this is, just that loop. There's a little click that we'll want to get rid of. See if this works. Little fade tool. Arc it. Now I want to do it on the other end of the sample. And now let's duplicate that across. Okay. So in this sample, we have hi-hat, some clap, a little bit of some texture in the back there, and the kick. So first and foremost, I'm going to separate the kick out. So I'm pretty much just going to cut it right here, and I'm going to bring it into a different track. And then I'm going to take a simple hi-hat that I find elsewhere in the sample, and I'm going to replace that on here. It may sound a little weird with the background textures. Let's see. No, well, let's see if I mute this. I think that's okay. So we're gonna do that, and we're gonna put that across on all the kicks. Okay. So now we have here, I kept one kick in there. I'm trying to decide, because I like the delay, or like the reverb on that snare sound. but maybe not enough. Maybe I should swap that out. Okay. All right. Getting better. No. Okay, there's a little clip here I'm going to try to address. You can see that I got a little bit of the bass note there. Let's see if I cut it. Okay, that'll do for now. The goal is to get a demo, so we want to get something stable, sturdy there at the bottom that we can then build off of. So now real quick, before we get into the kick, I'm just going to add some quick things to this. I'm going to put it mono, see how that sounds? No, I actually like some of the background spaciousness, so I'm going to actually go to S1 Imager Waves plugin, and I'm just going to narrow it down a little bit. Okay. Take out a little bit of the low end EQ in case some of the kicks are coming through. And we're going to go iZotope Trash just to thicken it up a tiny bit, maybe push-pull saturation. Okay. Okay, let me just make sure I got the loop, so I'm looping that 4 times. All right, let's move on to the kick. Okay, so now what you'll notice about the kick, it has 2 things. It's clipping on the end, so I'm going to remove that click by fading all of them out. And you can also still hear the high end, a little bit of a hi-hat hitting at the same time. So I'm just going to crudely, really quickly remove the high end here. There's more elegant ways to do this, but for the sake of expedience, we're going to do it this way. Just to isolate the kick. We're going to put this in mono. I always prefer my kick to be in mono. Okay, now we're going to thicken it up a little bit with Waves Max Bass, the multimedia preset. Bring the frequency down to where kicks usually live, kind of 50, 100 range. Bring it down to maybe like 40, 44. And we're also going to add iZotope Trash to this, probably push-pull as well. Let's see. Yep, a little better. So before, after. A little more controlled, a little more tight. So now we got this to build off of. Okay, so this, when I kept this, I knew that I just wanted to simplify it because there's too much busyness, too much chaos. So I'm going to take it, and we're just going to loop this and see how this sounds. Okay, adds a little bit momentum. Pan it a little to the right. Keep it mono. All right, let's move from here onto this interesting spacely flanged crash element. Okay. I don't think we got to do too much to that right now. We may keep it, we may remove it, but let's keep it for now. And let's start with maybe the most foundational musical element to build on top. So let's see. Yet again, let's simplify this substantially. So I'm splitting it on these downbeats. Because I'm gonna adjust. Okay, so let's shorten the loop. And I'm gonna cut some of these elements out. All right, let's cut out about half the elements. So I'm gonna take this first couple beats and we're gonna So it might sound a little weird right at first, but I think I have a plan to adjust that, but let's see if it sounds good. All right, so now I've gone into flex mode, and I'm gonna see if I can clean up a little bit of that kind of grindiness right at the top. I still want it to hit with an impact and then drag out, so let's see. Okay, so that's a little better. When in doubt, put it an octave down. Let's go filter freak. Clean up a little bit of the high end. Put S1 imager on it, maybe tighten up the range. Maybe let's see about delicate harmonic preset on iZotope Trash 2. Cut out even a little bit more of that high end. Okay. We'll see if I even use that one. Real quick, go back to this. I'm going to clean up a little of the low end, again, leaving some space for the kick and some space for the future bass that we will be adding. Don't want to destroy the low end, but want to give some space. There we go. Okay. Produced by Drew, I do use some stock plugins, but mostly I use Soundtoys and Waves. Those are a lot of my go-tos. I've just used them for so long. I mean, all of these things that I'm doing ultimately do have a stock alternative. You know, like I do have a Waves EQ that I usually use, but for the sake of this stream, I'm using the stock EQ. If ever I'm trying to do sidechain, like if I, want to sidechain a bass to a kick, I will use the stock often, the stock compression tool for Logic. So short answer, yes, but over my several years of producing, I have bought a lot of these other plugins that are just part of my process now. So that's why I go to them. But anytime I use like a EQ or a compression or a reverb or auto tune or what have you, you could swap these with any Logic stock plugins. It's just my preference to use the ones that I've already purchased and have kind of developed into my workflow. So that's why you see me using them, but you could always just swap them out for the ones that you have if you don't want to go buy some of these plugins. Okay, so maybe we get back to this and let's try to bring it down an octave, see how that does. I like that better already. So I'm gonna put that mono. Maybe we'll pan it just a little bit to the left. And we can mutilate these horns even more. Like there's a lot of room to do something crazy with them. But for the sake of getting a demo out the door, I think we'll keep them for now, as is. Let's see what else we got. Vocals. These are usually just a nice touch like when you start arranging the song, so I may not like incorporate these early on, but sometimes it is fun to see how freaky you can make some just choir vocals sound. Now Drew, this is one that I don't know if there's a stock counterpart for this one, Kaleidoscope by Waves. It's a kind of a phaser, flanger, chorus, tremolo, and there's a lot of interesting presets in here, so I'm not sure if this one would have a stock variant. But you can maybe hear what we're working with. Obviously, you can concoct your own version of this with a combination of a phaser, a flanger, a chorus, tremolo. But this kind of packages all of those into one preset. Adds a little bit of a texture to something. So if you ever are working with something that almost feels dry or like there's just not a lot of life to it, this is really good for giving it that like I don't know what. It just gives it a certain vibe enhancement, if you will. I think we'll probably duck that. We can do our own bass. Yeah, and we're also going to bring that one down to the bottom for now, since we're not using it right away. And let's go ahead and duplicate this out a little bit. Okay, let's mute the choir to start. Maybe let's cut that for now, the horns. Okay. And so I'm going to go to my bass plugin. So this is my go-to. It's Contact 5 808 Warfare. This is pretty much a requirement for almost every beat that I make, is to put some thumping 808s in there. see if that works for now. Velocity all the way up. I'm going to force legato these longer notes so they go to the duration up to the next note, and I'm going to bring it back just a little bit. Shorten them a little, see how it sounds. Okay, so that'll do for now. I already got max bass, 10 basso. Really should figure out how to pronounce that if I'm going to use it on every beat. Let's extend that. Add a little bit of Soundtoys Little Radiator. Just trying to find something that gives a little bit of thump. Okay, that's okay for now. I'm going to go into Refuse, Low Ender. Totally optional, not necessary, but sometimes it adds a little bit extra on the bottom end of the bass. So I'm going to go to Thunder LFE, bass. They can be really overwhelming if you use it too much. So I just barely turn it on past 100% dry. So it's pretty heavy on the low end. And so what I'm going to do here is I'm going to duplicate it into this log drum. So this is just the Logic sampler, but I added in this log drum sound that you can get from Splice or wherever. And what I'm going to do is copy over the transposer, and I'm going to, I already copied over the notes. And so what that gets is this. But I want to actually use it to enhance the mid-range of the bass. So I'm going to bring it up a little bit, an octave. See how this sounds. Now let's see how it sounds with the bass. Okay, so that'll do for now. All right, so now let me see if it needs any help on the percussion side of the house. So I got my Stylus RMX sample open here, where it has a lot of hi-hats. I know I already have 2 hi-hat elements in here, so it might be overkill, but let's just see. Keep it simple, just a little boost. Now let's see if we can add anything else. adjust that a little bit. So we're going to quantize. And then I think we're going to pitch it down a little bit. With percussion, it's not an exact science with how much you can pitch it down. So I'll just use Sound Shift Pitcher. It's my go-to transposer, but you can use a lot of other tools at your disposal. So I'm going to try 4 semitones down here and see how it sounds. Maybe 5. So, I mean, maybe not even noticeable for the average listener, but let's see. So it was this. And with the sound shift, it's going to be something closer to this. Super subtle, but I prefer it better. So let's bounce it. The reason that I bounce it is because sometimes this sound, the sound shift transposer adds a little latency to it. So to avoid that, I'm just going to bounce it into place. And it also sometimes has imperfections on the notes. So I'm just going to take this good one. Actually, I'm going to compare these first two. You can tell that there's almost a different wavelength here. So let's hear both of them and see which one's better. Negligible, but I'm going to go ahead and take this one. And we're going to use that one across the board here. Remove any of these extra ones so there's no clipping. Okay. Now let's see what we're working with. Okay, good enough for now. So I'm gonna combine them, simplify it a little bit. Okay, and we're in business. Okay, A sharp minor. So now what I'm going to do, I'm opening Contact 5 Exhale. This is a really good tool. Highly recommend if you guys are interested in like vocal sampling, incorporating that into your music. This is perhaps one of the best tools for that, and I'll show you it now. So we're in A sharp minor. So it has a whole suite of different kits that are different vocal samples. So, yep, we're there. Let's see how it sounds. So slices are individual kind of stabbing samples, whereas the loops, you can hold your finger on it and it'll just go repetitive. And then notes are, it'll take a single sample and it'll map it across the keyboard so you can play it, any melody you want. I usually like loops and slices because they sometimes offer me interesting melodies and rhythms that I would not think of myself without messing around with the sample. So that's what I'm going to start with here. And we're just going to jam on it a little bit, see if something comes to mind. Also, guys, pardon the clipping sounds. I'm not sure if that's coming through on the stream, but sometimes when you are messing with Exhale, there's a little bit of clippiness that goes on when you're working through the sample. So just bear with me if you hear that. I like that. Okay, let's clean that up. Let's quantize. I like when the notes are a little shorter, a little more stabby. Okay, so I'm pretty content with that. So now, again, accounting for like a little bit of the clippiness you may be hearing when I'm working on this, I'm just going to bounce it, get rid of that. So now we don't have to worry about it changing up on us. Let's hear that sound. Okay, so I think I liked these first two more than the third one, so I'm just gonna adjust that there, join these, and now we're good. So let's see. Okay, now let's adjust it a little bit. How are we gonna do that? Let's go iZotope trash, saturate, delicate harmonics. Okay, let's go filter freak. It's just a high pass filter that I want to put on it. Kind of blend it in with the rest of the beat. Call me crazy, it's leaning a little bit to the right in the mix. I'm gonna go to gain and I'm gonna invert it. I'm gonna swap LR. I don't know why, I kind of want it to be on the left side, so now it's on the left side. EQ, I'm gonna EQ out a little bit of the high end. Leave space for vocals, if we do any. Okay, we've gone too long for me to not have saved this project yet. Shame on me, so I'm gonna go ahead and save this real quick. Okay. We locked it in. Let's see what we're working with. It's a range while we riff on some vocals. Just trying to find a melody. on and on. It's on and on. So roll it, roll it, hey. Roll it, roll it, roll it, roll it, say. Roll it, roll it, roll it, say. Roll it, roll it, roll it, time is not on our side. Here and now we know, I can't even say that. Run it how we go, turn it how we go. Run it how we go, turn it how we go. Hey, you gonna rock the say, you gonna rock the fade, you gonna rock the fade, you gonna rock the A. So you just got the day, you know you're the way, you gonna run it. Told her run and round we go. Hey, videos before. Hey, told her run and round we go. Hey, yeah, we videos before. Yeah, you want, yeah, you only fun. Hey, only sun. Yeah, only fun. Hey, only on the fun. Hey, only on the day, only on the fade. Only on the fade, only on the say. Don't even know most of the words I was saying there, but let's see if there's any melody we can find in there. Told her run and round we go. Hey, videos before. Hey, told her run and round we go. Hey, yeah, we videos before. Yeah, you want, yeah, you only fun. Hey, only sun. Yeah, only fun. Hey, only on the fun. Hey, only on the day, only on the fade. Only on the fade, only on the say. Run it how we go, time is not on our side. Here and now we know, I can't even say that. Run it how we go, turn it how we go. Run it how we go, turn it how we go. Hey, you gonna rock the say, you gonna rock the fade, you gonna rock the fade, you gonna rock the A. So you just got the day. Okay, let's see. Hey, told her to rock this way. Told her to, hey, told her to not behave. Hey, told her to rock this way. Hey, told her to not behave, not behave. Hey, told her to rock this way. Told her that I'll behave. Told her you must be brave. Told her just don't say. Told her just don't assume. Told her I'll make some room. Told her that we went home. Hey, told her to rock this way. Told her to gotta be brave. Told her don't get that fake. Told her to cut the fakes. Told her to cut the lanes. Told her to come outside. Told her to stay my side. Told her to stay the night. Told her we could take flight. Told her we on the ride. Told her we on the rise. 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 Told her we on the ride. Hey. Sure. Hey, told her to rock this way. And let's just goof around on some lower end background. Maybe this is it, maybe this is not it, but we're going low male to get some background auto-tune, see if we can find some fun going on here. Hey, told her to rock this way. Rock this way. Told her to, hey, told her to not behave. Not behave. Hey, told her to rock this way. Rock this way. Hey, told her to not behave. Not behave. Hey, told her to rock this way. Rock this way. Told her that I'll behave. Told her you must be brave. Must be brave. Told her just don't say. Told her just don't assume. Told her make some room. Make some room. Told her that we went home. Hey, told her to rock this way. Rock this way. Told her gotta be brave. Told her don't get that fake. Get that fake. Told her to cut the fakes. Told her to cut the lanes. Cut the lanes. Told her to come my side. Told her to stay my side. Stay my side. Told her to stay the night. Told her we could take flight. Could take flight. Told her we on the ride. Told her we on the rise. Told her we on the rise. Told her we on the rise. On the rise. Told her we on the rise. Hey, told her to rock this way. Rock this way. Hey, told her to not behave. Not head. Rock this way. Rock this way. You must be brave. Must be brave. Don't say. Don't assume. Make some room. Hey, hey, hey. Rock this way. Get that fade. Cut the face. Cut the lanes. On my side. Stay my side. Stay the night. We could take flight. On the ride. On the rise. On the rise. On the rise. All right, let's see what we got there. How's the chat going? Is anyone in the chat? What's going on? Okay, let's hear this. Hey, rock this way. Rock this way. Hey, not be head. Rock this way. Okay. Pan lead to the right. Pan background to the left. Rock this way. Swap out. Rock this way. You must be brave. Don't say. Rock this way. Rock this way. Not be head. Rock this way. Rock this way. Not be head. Rock this way. I'll be here. Rock this way. Gonna mute some aspects just to make some little moments, some drops, if you will. See how it sounds. Rock this way. Rock this way. Not be head. Rock this way. I'll be here. Rock this way. You must be brave. Don't say. Don't assume. Make some move. Hey. Maybe we have some fun with some ad-libs on the second half. Why not? Let's just try it out. Don't assume. Make some move. Rock this way. Get that fade. Cut the face. Cut the lanes. On my side. Stay my side. We could take flight. On the ride. On the rise. On the rise. Rock this way. Get that fade. Cut the lanes. On my side. Stay my side. Stay the night. We could take flight. On the ride. On the rise. On the rise. Alright then. Let's just see. One more time. Hey. Rock this way. Get that fade. Cut the lanes. On my side. Stay my side. Stay the night. We could take flight. Stay my side. Stay the night. We could take flight. On the ride. On the rise. On the rise. Let's Make some room. One more time. Turn it around this way. Back this way. Make some room. One more time. Hey, turn it around this way. Back this way. Make some room. One more time. Hey, turn it around this way. Back this way. Turn it around. Make some room. One more time. Hey, turn it around this way. Back this way. Turn it around. Get that fade. Get that fade. Get the face. Turn it around. Make some room. One more time. Hey, turn it around this way. Back this song. Don't assume. Make some room. One more time. Hey, turn it around this way. Back this way. Turn it around. Get that fade. Get that fade. Cut the face. Turn it. Cut the lanes. Cut the lanes. Stay my side. Turn it. Stay my side. Stay my side. All right, so now what I'm going to do with these ad-libs, just to add a little bit of directional spaciousness, is I'm going to pan one of these ad-libs to the left and one to the right and have it just go back and forth. So let's see how that sounds. Bring 1, 20 to the left, bring number 2, 20 to the right, and let's see. Let's see what this sounds like. Make some room. One more time. Hey, turn it around this way. Back this way. Turn it around. Get that fade. Get that fade. Cut the face. Turn it. Cut the lanes. Cut the lanes. Stay my side. Turn it. Stay my side. Stay my side. Stay the night. Make some room. One more time. Hey, turn it around this way. Back this way. Turn it around. Get that fade. Get that fade. Cut the face. Turn it. Cut the lanes. Cut the lanes. Stay my side. Turn it. Stay my side. Stay my side. Stay the night. Turn it. We could take flight. Could take flight. On the right. Put away on the right. On the right. On the right. Put away on the take flight. Could take flight. On the right. Put away on the right. On the right. On the right. Put away on the right. On the right. On the right. Put away on the right. Make some room. One more time. Hey, turn it around this way. Back this way. Turn it around. Get that fade. Get that fade. Cut the face. Turn it. Cut the lanes. Cut the lanes. Stay my side. Turn it. Stay my side. Stay my side. Stay the night. Turn it. We could take flight. Could take flight. On the right. Put away on the right. On the right. On the right. Put away on the right. On the right. On the right. Put away on the right. Make some room. One more time. Hey, turn it around this way. Back this way. Turn it around. Get that fade. Get that fade. Cut the face. Turn it. Cut the lanes. Cut the lanes. Stay my side. Turn it. Stay my side. Turn it. Stay the night. Okay, we're just going to experiment here real quick with this lead. I'm going to use iZotope Nectar, which is just a really interesting, fun vocal texture creator. So no idea if this is going to work or not, but let's just experiment with some stuff. So one go-to that I like to do is in this alternative option, is hipstered out. It adds some delay, some reverb, other effects. So let's see how that sounds. Make some room. One more time. Hey, turn it around this way. Turn it and gotta be brave. Turn it and get that fade. Turn it and cut the fakes. Turn it and cut the lanes. Turn it and come my side. Okay, now that we're just in experimental mode, right before we wrap up this demo, I'm just going to take that same kind of, mumble rap lead that I did as a space filler for this demo, and let's just go ahead and see what we could do with some Soundtoys Little Altar Boy. If you don't have this one, you should get this one. It's just fun. It's fun. So you can use it on instruments, but I usually like to use it on vocals. So just as an example, let me just bring it down an octave and link the format. And so that gets me this. And so now I'm going to maybe make it a little drier in the reverb. So Valhalla Shimmer is my go-to reverb here that I've had on this track. I'm going to bring it down a little bit. I'm going to go back into Nectar, and I'm going to bring it down on this layer. So let's see what that sounds like as a addition. I'm also going to stagger it in the pan. So I'm going to maybe put this one a little bit more to the left. So let's see what this sounds like. Rock this way. Okay, cool. So I feel pretty good with that. Obviously, it's rough around the edges. There's not really many lead vocal words that are coming through, but I think it's at least like a vibe capturing moment. And now what I'm going to do just to patch this up and ship it out is go to my master bus, and I'm going to use iZotope Ozone 8. Very simple mastering tool. I'm not going to go crazy with this. I'm just not even going to use any of the presets. I'm just going to do a couple things that I like to do. Multi-band compression. I'm going to add in a multi-band imager, which is one of my favorite tools, and a maximizer, and see what we could do. So I'm even going to remove the equalizer, and I'm just going to go section by section here and affect it on a multi-band level with this master, starting with compression, moving on to imaging, and then we're going to maximize. So let's see what it does. I really love being able to compress with a specific range within the mix. It gives you a lot of flexibility. Can even turn up the gain on a specific range. Usually with multi-band imaging, I prefer to keep my bass end like essentially mono, my low end closer to mono, but still some dynamic aspects to it. And then the higher I go, the more wide it gets. So this one I might even make more wide. And then the high end, maybe we'll really widen it up to make it kind of sound bigger once it's all playing. This way, up this way. Okay, so that feels good enough for me. So what I'm going to do, guys, I'm just going to play it start to finish here, see what we're working with, and then we're going to just head out the door. Up this way. this way. On me head, one of you must be brave, must be brave. Don't say, don't just don't assume, don't assume. Make some move, put it away and home. Hey, don't rock this way, rock this way. Don't be brave, don't get the fame, get that fame. Take the things, don't cut the lanes, cut the lanes. Stay my side, don't stay my side, stay my side. Stay the night, don't we could take flight, could take flight. On the ride, don't we on the ride, on the rise, on the rise. Don't we on the rise, on the rise, on the rise. Don't we on the night. Boom. That does it. I'm happy with the result. I don't think that the vocals are crystal clear, but I think it leaves a lot of space for, to flesh it out. I like some of the melodies that are going on. I like some of the attitude of the song. It's a little bit emotional, but it's not feeling sorry for itself. So I like it. I think that's a good spot to leave it for the day. That wraps up daily demo number 3 on this channel. So appreciate every one of you for hanging out. If you got something from today's session, be it knowledge, entertainment, what have you, please hit that like, subscribe, drop a comment. And if you really want to stay here for the next time we stream, probably tomorrow, go ahead and hit the bell icon. That's going to make sure that you get notified as soon as we go live so you don't miss it. So by the way, our music is out now. You can search 6 Foot Pigeons on all streaming platforms, or just hit the link in the description. So we'll be doing this weekly and as close to daily as we can. And if you've got loop suggestions, if you've got ideas, questions, you want to collab, drop them in the chat. We're always taking a look at that. Always look forward to communicating with the people that we're doing these streams for. So with that being said, hope you enjoyed it, and we will see you on the next daily demo. Peace out.